Welcome back, everybody. Holiday Doc here with another competitive gameplay commentary. Today, Firing Range Domination, one of the most played MLG variant game types out there, and especially in scrims, it just seems to come up all the time because it's a really hard map to dominate on and a really hard map to learn spawn. So a lot of teams are constantly practicing it, trying to hone their strategy and really get a grip on how this map needs to be played. Now everybody's got different, ideas and, ways of playing the game. Now I'm going to give you guys some examples of what we're doing, and hopefully it'll help your team out, maybe develop some starting strats. But, like I always say, it's always better to take your team and do things yourself, even with callouts and especially with strategies. If you can get your team on the same page, all working together and all developing the same strategy together, you're going to come out more successful. So, what are we talking about? Obviously, the start of a domination game is the most important part of the game. Why? The person and team that can get to be the money flag and then their home flag is going to win the game. You set the tempo for the rest of the game. If you can get a great start or a great nade off the start of domination, you're going to, maybe inadvertently cause the other team to really pause and change their strat right off the start. Getting them to flip up what they had planned and getting them to change on the fly and not really be prepared for what you're bringing to the table. So right off the start of this game, obviously, I practiced that C nade. It did work for the start of the game. Now, most people on the opposite side go for the A throw, and I don't think a lot of people really realize the beneficial points to spawning on the side that we did, and it really helped us out because I was able to get that starting nade, follow up on B, and we were able to get the C and B flag, the ones that we wanted. Now, some teams like A flag a little bit better, but we're trying to just work on just having a home flag and B flag, the money flag and your home flag. We weren't really too concerned about which ones we were going for. We were more or less just trying to get a feel for how we need to like I just said before, play this game and where we need to be and set up. Now, playing, a couple more after this game in particular, we've really come to the realization that white trailer and top sandbags at all time is a must. So maybe an A flag spawn cap would be a much better way to go. Maybe let the enemy team have C. But then again, you're allowing them to have control of the tin building, which is dangerous in itself because they can hop down on B all the time. They can get their foot through the door sometimes to cap B without you knowing or being able to find him. So, everything has its ups and its downs, and we're all learning, and I'm especially learning. I never said our team's going to be the greatest out of the top. I took a long break from competitiveness, and I've been having a lot of fun with pubs. I can admit it. I've been having fun playing in the public rooms, and it's just because it's a laid back feeling. I'm able to just enjoy myself. It's not stressful, and I think that's why. Also, I'll talk about this later, but let's get back to the gameplay. What are the spawns like in this game? For me, they're very sporadic. What controls the spawn flop on this one? Is it one player past 1/3? Or is it two players past half? I really haven't been able to calculate it and formulate, what is working, what is not. Definitely in the next coming months, I'm going to be able to break it down quite a bit more. Once strategies are really formulated from top teams, obviously that's how most people go about developing their own version is, taking a page out of the teams that are winning, and that's a good way to start. Right there, choose and when to not get into gunfights that you're gonna win. Obviously, the guy on back white had a beat on me first, so I was just trying to get out of there and let Tipsy follow up because he didn't see Tipsy yet. And controlling the engagement, that's another little in series that I'd like to start doing. Giving you guys tips on how to know which gunfights to get into, which to not, and which to avoid and stuff. So there's that top sandbags pinning me down. Midge is coming up behind him to kind of take him out, but really he should have stayed up there. That would have allowed him a much higher vantage point on B. We'd be able to defend it from a spot that's not only irritating to the enemy, but obviously it's an advantage point to us to have him up there. He's able to call out a lot of what he's seeing. He can see through mid, he can see top 10, he can see through white, so it's a very big advantage point, and I think that's why a lot of teams are focusing so heavily on controlling that 2 building, or top wood, whatever you want to call it. Now, we've been pretty much holding 2 flags. We haven't really gone for a triple cap, and we're not a greedy team. We really want to just focus on controlling what we need to win and not really rubbing it in a sense. I know some teams prefer the triple cap and are just better with dealing with sporadic spawns, but you know, as a learning team, I don't think that's the way to start. Obviously, you want to control two sides, kind of see where you're going to defend them from, and then work your way around seeing, you know, where the spawns are going to be. And we ended up triple capping there because C started to go down. So Midge decided to jump on A. He did cap A, and now we are on the triple cap. And you know, like I said, I don't like doing it. It's not in favor of controlling, you know, obviously the play of the map. You know, you're gonna run into a lot of getting shot in the ass, and it's frustrating. And for the most part, 2 flags is the way I'd like to go. But you know, sometimes it happens. They jump on C flag. You think you're gonna lose a flag, so you automatically counter and you pick off the enemy's flag. What are some major defensive positions on any sort of domination game? Obviously, you'd like to stay out of sight, and I get lucky there. That nade bounced, and it was a fluke. And obviously, you want to stay in a position that allows you to get to a flag before it can be capped by 1 player. You know, two-player flag caps are obviously going to be much quicker. There is ways to defend against that as well, but you know, you have to just mainly worry about the one-man flag cap. So you have to be in a position that allows you to poke out, get there in time. And I just want to talk about my loadout real quick. I know a lot of people are going to mention that I am using rapid fire, and there is a reason behind it. You know, lately, as you can notice my frustration, maybe you don't, but obviously I've been having major connection issues and major hit detection with people, and it's been super frustrating. Excuse me. Now, one of the things to combat that was mentioned to me as a suggestion: throw on rapid fire. Now, I did say before that rapid fire is not very beneficial because you end up expending way more ammo per gunfight, and you get caught in the reloads more than you'd like to. However, when you're dealing with poor hit detection and close quarter combat where you're, you know, a couple bullets behind, rapid fire tends to even the odds, and I've been enjoying it. It's been helping me out, and I've been getting kills that I need to get with the help of the rapid fire attachment. So, you know, if you're having that type of trouble, definitely check it out. It's worth a shot. It's worth, you know, at least giving a bit of a test out, and if you do like it, good for you. If you don't, you know, go back to what works. Anytime I do a class setup video or even a map tutorial video, it's all about personal preference. I have a personal preference to the way I like to do things and how I like to run. You know, you may have a completely different idea. So, you know, anything I say and give advice to is just, you know, a helping hand. So, thanks again for checking out the video. I'm Holiday Doc, and this is New Breed's first successful kind of take on the YouTube world. So I appreciate all the love and comments and support. Make sure if you're not subscribed, you hit that button, and I'll talk to you guys later.